Walk into any modern preschool and you'll see a shift. Schools worldwide are scrambling for educators who know how to step back and let children learn through tactile, self-directed work, like mastering a wooden puzzle. But Montessori teacher isn't a single, universal job title that you can just plug into any classroom. Finding your specific path means balancing two very different realities: what educational background you legally need to get hired, and which specific age group you actually have the emotional stamina to handle all day. Success in this field requires you to match your current level of education to your target age group. Landing in the right classroom from day one ensures you build a sustainable career rather than facing immediate burnout in the wrong room. This chart shows the starting lines. Aspiring teachers fall into two buckets: high school equivalent or bachelor's degree. Your baseline education strictly dictates your permitted classroom tier. Choosing a program for cheap tuition while completely ignoring these eligibility rules is a major mistake. If you spend months of your time and hard-earned money on an advanced elementary certification, but you don't hold the required college degree, schools simply cannot hire you for that role. And even if you meet the requirements, ending up in a classroom full of toddlers when your communication style is built for older, independent learners will drain you emotionally. To avoid both the legal and emotional traps, we have to evaluate the 4 distinct tiers of Montessori training. Figuring out where you belong is a matter of matching your credentials to the right scenario. The first tier is the Infant and Toddler Certification, specifically designed for working with children from birth to 3 years old. This path is highly accessible. The only educational input you need is a 10+2 high school equivalent. In these rooms, you aren't delivering structured academic lectures. Your day is focused heavily on physical safety, nurturing and guiding early emotional and motor growth. This matrix highlights our second option, Early Childhood Certification, aimed at ages 2.5 to 6. Because it accepts a 10+2 baseline, this tier boasts massive job market demand, making it the most broadly employable certification for new preschool educators. But there is a clear trade-off here. You are agreeing to manage exceptionally high-energy environments while mastering the intensive, tactile Montessori teaching materials that this age group requires. Between these two foundational tracks, your day-to-day looks very different. One leads to specialized childcare and nursery roles, while the other places you at the center of an active, bustling preschool classroom. If you don't hold a college degree, these foundational tracks offer the most direct route into a teaching career, as long as your primary goal is nurturing early development, rather than teaching complex academics. Looking at the right side of this matrix, we move up to the elementary certifications, which are split into lower elementary for ages 6 to 9 and upper elementary for ages 9 to 12. Here, we hit a strict barrier to entry. To step into these roles, schools almost universally require a bachelor's degree before you even begin. The classroom reality completely shifts. You move away from foundational milestones and step directly into structured academic learning, advanced strategies, and guiding independent student research. Instead of managing the heavy physical demands of a toddler room, your daily operation is that of an academic guide and a complex curriculum planner. It's a direct trade-off. These roles secure higher-level academic positions in primary schools, but they demand a significantly heavier upfront investment in your own education. Ultimately, these elementary tracks are reserved exclusively for degree holders who want to tackle complex subject matter over managing early childhood behaviors. Once you know which age group fits your profile, the next hurdle is figuring out how to acquire the training through online or blended formats. The massive benefit of digital formats is access. They offer the flexibility to study and earn your certification without quitting your current job or neglecting personal commitments. But it's natural to pause here. How exactly do you learn a highly tactile, physical teaching method by staring at text on a digital screen? The answer lies in how you vet the program. A legitimate online curriculum cannot just be reading assignments. It must explicitly include structured, practical activities where you physically handle the materials. Furthermore, a credible program will require you to complete in-person classroom observation hours at a local school to bridge that gap. If you enroll in a purely theoretical course that ignores this hands-on training, you will graduate lacking real-world classroom readiness, and schools will notice immediately when you apply. Online training is a powerful tool to accelerate your career, but it only works if the specific program proves it can connect digital theory to physical execution. This split-screen scorecard maps out your specific path based on your current educational profile. If you are Profile A, holding a 10+2 equivalent, your clearest target is the Early Childhood Certification. Targeting this specific age bracket gives you the absolute highest employability in preschools and kindergartens, cleanly avoiding the strict degree barriers of higher grades. If you are Profile B, holding a bachelor's degree, you need to decide if you prefer advanced academic strategies over early development. If the answer is yes, bypass early childhood and aim straight for the elementary tracks. Following these specific matches eliminates the choice paralysis of a crowded market and aligns your exact credentials with your optimal career outcome. Before you enroll anywhere, heed one final warning. Never select a training program based solely on the cheapest tuition. You must verify the institution's accreditation and credibility. A cheap diploma is completely useless if future employers refuse to recognize it. Look closely at the curriculum to ensure deep, complex topics like child psychology, lesson planning, and assessment methods are actually integrated, not just skimmed over. The objective is to acquire modern, practical skills that allow you to stand in a room full of active students and guide them with confidence. A recognized, well-selected certification builds undeniable professional credibility. It takes your resume from the bottom of the stack and makes you a highly attractive candidate to top-tier schools. Your current educational background is not a limitation. When applied correctly, it is the exact blueprint you need to find your ideal classroom.